holy fuck, I couldn't not talk about it. To say the very least, Ricochet's an asshole.
Wow. I mean, understatement of the century. I was discussing
Holy
it last
fuck.
night after the NXT review, and I was just very upset about how everything transpired. I deal with illness myself, so to see someone so blatantly attacked for having an opinion
An opinion on a
really,
show. Yep.
really upset me. I mean, that was
Oh, he's just
beyond.
doing heel work. He's just doing heel work. It's
Yeah,
not,
there's
man.
nothing heel about it. That's the thing. I'm not the czar of comedy. I am not the beholder of what's allowed for jokes.
No.
There's no joke. There is no humor. It was a call out from a boy having a tantrum. RICOCHET went
Pretty much, yeah.
ahead and was having a meltdown while people were giving him shit online. He couldn't handle it. Yeah, if people are sending you death threats and sending your wife attacks and threats, that's terrible. But walk away for a bit. Deactivate. Turn off Twitter.
But
Don't
here, no,
reply.
I'll counter you on that, because if the terrible stuff has come his way and come his wife's way and whatever, be as vile as you want back. Don't be that vile to somebody that says, "Oh, I don't think your acting's that great."
That's exactly my point. Like, there wasn't a
Yeah.
joke here. You were lashing out of anger and snapping at someone that certainly has
And
had
it
the
doesn't even
shit
add up.
beaten out of them in life and didn't deserve it. What you did, and what the worst part is, not even what you said. It's how you did it, because you said it out of anger. You unleashed the floodgates on this woman of sickos that thought, oh, what you said is okay. So I want Ricochet to pay attention to me and retweet me. So people tried to say the most vile things. They went through her history, talking about her grandchildren and her family members and any bit of
her
personal
dog, yeah.
info they could get, her dog, everything they brought up, because Ricochet kept retweeting these people while laughing about it. He didn't apologize right away. He didn't.
Nope.
It took him a long time after he
But you
kept
know what
calling
kills me?
out everyone else.
Do you know what kills me though, right? It's exactly true, because nobody knows who this woman is, right? And she had the interaction with Ricochet, and everybody wants to hop on the Ricochet train, get some Ricochet attention or whatever. And the like hair trigger defense mechanism for all these people that are basically like, they're not even cheering Ricochet, they're cheering for a guy, an avatar that has AEW on his pay stub. Let's be real for a second.
Oh yeah.
Right? But those people will then turn around and say, like, somebody like me, somebody like yourself, somebody like, I know Cody was in the conversation as well. I know some other people from the Wrestling for Life community hopped in as well. Be like, no, this is fucking nonsense. Like, there's a line and there's here, right?
Yes, and out of all things she said your acting sucks. Like,
yep.
It's a valid
But the funny thing is,
opinion.
the people that are calling out his nonsense,
It wasn't defamatory. It wasn't threatening. It was as
but
mild
like,
and
I mean,
simple as it comes.
The people that were calling out him for what he said to this woman,
Yeah.
it's not a, you know, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, whatever.
Well, because somebody went ahead and tried to say, oh, well, fuck her anyway. She called him out first. Why is he apologizing? She commented first. I don't give a fuck what she's saying or what she has. If you can't give it out, then you can't take it. The woke shit is over, pussies. And I'm like, Wrestling Rob, you're a cunt as well. And
she didn't give him any of that.
No.
If
you didn't go to him and say, feel bad for me because of my MS, Ricochet, you suck at it. Like, it wasn't, he did this.
And she didn't at him. Like, she responded to the
AEW account.
Which means he's vanity searching. So
constantly.
He vanity searched for somebody he could, like, shoot down on.
Yes, exactly. And he does that constantly. He always finds people to attack that are not the problem. That's what I'm saying, Spaz. He doesn't go after the people sending the death threats or the attacks. He goes after people that he can easily clap down upon. And that's what I said, RICOCHET.
I'll say that, right? And I don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot. I know this guy doesn't know who the fuck I am, doesn't care who I am. But look at my Twitter activity, right? Yes. I'm the guy that said, you got hired by Tony Khan to sit on a Twitter machine and call out WWE and call out WWE fans. And meanwhile, you know, the Young Bucks may be taking turns with your wife. All right? So come after me. Don't come after the lady that was, like, super nice about it and just said, I don't think your acting's that great.
Yeah. Like, it's baffling. What are we doing? It's sickening. And I'm so...
I'm glad you have MS. But, like, even... I've lost all my This is why you don't keep your notes on your phone, folks, because now I've lost my place.
I started making the
Keep talking, yeah.
saying, like, I don't want people to go and attack him and belittle him and go after him because that doesn't help anything here. That only makes it
But they
worse.
should though.
But
Don't go attacking him because he's like working for the wrong company or all the tribal shit. And there's an entirely other conversation that people don't want to have with me about, you know what, a little bit of tribalism is all right. I'm just putting that one out
no
there.
doubt, but what I'm saying is what he needs to be given is nothing. He needs to, just like the Treehouse of Horror episode where all the ads come to life. Just don't look. That's exactly what
Okay,
Ricochet needs. He needs no
I'll,
eyes on him at
no,
all because he's
I'll no,
thirsty for attention.
I'll disagree with you on that one. I will disagree with you on that one 100%.
Mhm.
Once you reach a certain point, it's not nothing that you need, it's repercussions.
Oh, I
Because
just don't
the
see that
next
that's
part,
what's gonna happen,
oh, of course not.
and
This
I'm
is this
so
is
what
this
I'm
is
saying is people just need to ignore him because every time you pay attention to him, he's getting what he wants. That's what he wants. His weight in gold is all to do with interaction of sickos, of the IWC, of the Fed lovers, whatever you wanna, have him labeled it as. He needs to d and he says it's in it's all performative. It's in char No, it's not. You lashed out because you were mad. You were legitimately upset.
and I
That's what it
like
comes down to.
the take back of his apology that went out. I don't know whether this went out after the official apology or not. It's so hilarious the amount of little bitches that have tweeted me, wished harm on me, wished me death, and said some vile things to my wife. People dish it out every day, and they're little bitches. And when I do it back to people, they're fucking pussies. There's fucking pussies everywhere. Here's where I go back to my initial point, right?
Yes.
If the stuff that's been sent to him or Samantha Irving, who's not exactly ingratiating herself to anybody either, is true and as vile as they say, by all means whiplash on those people. If they're being vile, be vile back. Don't wish, because I'm sorry, oh, he just talked about her condition, he didn't wish anything bad on her. It's like, well, he's happy that she's already got bad to deal with. But like whatever physical elements people have eventually are going to lead to their death. I'm sorry, I hate to say it that way, but
That's what
especially with an
happens.
older
Yeah.
person or whatever, she doesn't care for your acting, so you're happy she's going to die.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Makes
That
you
is
feel
what it
like a
comes
real
down to.
big person,
And
right?
I would love it if we were still at the point like you said, like just don't give him any attention. Like he
Yeah.
performs in front of like 2,000 people. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's the pre-show prima
Like
donna. It's
Javon
a lot.
had wisely said, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second as well. But I love the fact that people have dubbed him the pre-show prima donna. They only
Mm.
scraped him onto the main part of the card for a second for him to lose to Jack Perry. And you know what? I'm no Jack Perry fan either. Jack Perry can also fuck off, but
Yes.
it makes it
But
extra funny when he's the one that takes the title off of Ricochet there. And it's just like,
yes.
yeah, okay, maybe you want to play victim and whatever, but are you doing that, or are you trying to play victim so that the next time somebody calls you up on your shit, then you can say, "Oh well, the people pick
Yes,
on me."
I was attacked. We were attacked off Twitter. We can't handle the heat.
And I'm sorry.
And
Here's the
again,
thing
it's
as
like,
well.
"Oh, get out of the kitchen," kinda thing, but you incite these type of reactions as
Mhm,
well because you go to people and say, "Bring it," and then you attack people endlessly. So, I'm not saying getting attacked is fair or correct. I'm not wishing this upon you, but you also you bring it upon yourself. We find him constantly going ahead and being like, "Oh, come on, pussies, bring it. Why can't you go ahead and fuck off? I'm better than all you. Fuck your mom, your sister, your brother, your mother." He goes down the list and does the lowest common denominator form of roast insults. And
mhm.
then he says, "I took out my hatred for the IWC on Sandy." Instead of being like, "I spoke like a, premature, petulant child that didn't get his way." He said, "And inadvertently, others who were affected by MS did I affect."
Inadvertently.
Inadvertently.
Here's the thing.
She didn't
Here's the thing.
deserve it, and for that, I sincerely apologize. I'll do
As much
better.
as much as Ricochet being a dickhead is the fault of Ricochet, the blame goes upwards. The blame goes to the boardroom. The blame goes to the presidential suite, or however you want to say it,
Yeah,
right?
because Trey Miguel can't work for you, but he
And
can.
no, but here's the thing. But this is Tony Khan, who was totally okay with them pulling anti-Semitism as an angle.
Yes.
But yet we can't have Trey Miguel,
Quarters be
who's
damned.
yeah, he they can't have Trey Miguel, who made his mistakes years ago, has apologized for them years ago, has been forgiven years ago. Same
One of the
thing with Briscoe.
Briscoes had to
Same thing.
die for the other to get on TV, even though they corrected
Exactly.
everything.
Look at something as simple as Kendrick. And it's one of those things like, am I saying that I agree with what Trey Miguel said? No. Am I saying that I agree with what the Briscoes said? No, I didn't even know who the Briscoes were, but that's not the point. Am I saying that I agree with some of the crazy shit that comes out of Brian Kendrick's mouth? No, but you got Ricochet here hoping old people die. You've got Juice Robinson, who I'm a fan of, MJF, who I'm a fan of, totally embarking on an anti-Semitism angle. But let's jingle keys over here. Look at the other way. Brock Lesnar might know about something that somebody else might have done. So bad guys over there, good guys over here. Stop picking on us. Fuck
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
But I will say it. I've said way wilder things in the Ricochet AEW conversation. So if Ricochet wants to come for me, he won't. He doesn't give a shit about me. I'm perfectly aware of this. But I've said some fucked up shit. Come after me. Don't come after the old lady who's like, I don't care for his acting, which is something you
still hasn't improved.
Well, it still hasn't improved, whatever. But I'm sorry. Oh, you can't just expect to be able to talk to these people like this just because they're in the public eye. If they're in the public eye doing, and I'm saying this very loosely, but like performing arts is what wrestling is pretty much. If you are in an artistic domain and you're providing that art to the public, it is open to public scrutiny because of the nature of what you're doing. She commented on what she sees on her TV week to week or whatever the case may be. It's not, hey, I've dug into your personal social media and I found out you're dealing with this at the moment. You might die soon. Salute.
Yeah. Ha.
Yeah. Because his entire promo ability is a really obnoxious laugh.
Yes.
Which puts him like a couple notches below Seinfeld. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Great to have.
But also, like, just you're a piece of shit. And I know this is an old Twitter exchange. I don't think it's even from this year. But you mentioned it, and I'm trying to find it now. The clapback from Javon Evans.
Yes.
In full. You learned from Shawn Michaels when I was 12 and became a multiple-time champion. Now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Talk about an upgrade. Am I right? Hashtag young OG. Sounds like Mr. Khan isn't giving you enough attention. So you had to come for a successful ass youngin' like me. You're giving me the most views on my post, and I'm finally helping you get the most attention you've ever had in your entire career. All love, winky face. Bam.
Bouncy. You know?
You mean Javon Evans doing like twice what Ricochet became well known for and better?
Yeah. My God.
Star. Total side note.
Such a star and such a good guy and deserves every good thing that's coming to him. Could not reiterate that more.
Couldn't be happier in like, I didn't have this on there as a topic and I want to get off this one because it's gross, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be happier for, I know they don't do like classes of call-ups anymore for NXT. Everybody kind of like sprinkles in as and when, but there's kind of like this unofficial class of like Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Obafemi. Everybody looks like a star, like all at once.
No, and absolutely. And we've got call-ups to discuss with NXT and much more. You know, there's a lot going on and a lot to pick apart. And with the coming of Stand and Deliver, like you said, you want to be on the good subjects and happy things and WrestleMania season and positives.
Well, before we get on to happy, I do have to stay on one more AEW topic.
Yes.
But it's an AEW topic that I'm not quite so digging my heels in on.
Actually, I'm sorry. I need to know before I'm going to pull a Cody. What do you think should happen to Ricochet? Do you think he gets fired? Do you think he needs to be suspended? What is the right answer? I agree with what you said about Twitter and things moving forward, but what about like?
Okay, I am reticent to wish for somebody to be fired. I think by comparison to a lot of other people in AEW that have been fired, this is worse.
Yes.
So the knee-jerk reaction is, well, if they got fired for that, he should get fired for this.
The Sammy Guevara, was suspended and
the Sammy Guevara
to...
suspension, the Trey Miguel getting like fucked and then now doing better in TNA.
Yeah.
We've said it before,
I know we
like,
mentioned some of it, but I just wanted to know like your official, like, what do you think?
The really salty responses after Big Swole left, even just for calling out the racism in that company.
Yeah.
I find it really, even with somebody that I have this opinion of, I find it really hard to call for somebody's flat out termination, but he damn sure needs to have it in his head that that's in the conversation.
Yeah.
Or that it's a possibility or that it was a possibility.
I think exactly that. Like, no, he doesn't get fired. He gets suspended for this, like without pay and bring that lady to AEW and make him show her around and be, his guest of honor kind of thing.
The problem with that, Jake, as well, is I think of suspensions in AEW, and I also think about how cliquey AEW is. Oh,
Yeah.
we suspended the Elite for their interaction with CM
Yeah,
Punk.
I know, and then they had the
You sent them,
titles, best of
you sent
7.
them on vacation, and you kept the titles warm for them. So I don't even want to say suspension, but it's one of those. I don't want him to get fired. I want him to know that he could be.
Yeah, but I
Is
think
that like?
suspension comes with no TV time, like, that should be a stipulation, like, make it a, "Hey, we're not" like, just like a
Oh,
basketball player
so
misses so many
Daddy
games.
Con, Daddy Con
Yeah,
will send him to bed with no TV. He'll still be
but
getting paid. He'll get getting paid to do nothing, which is basically what he
I
does
would
now
I
anyway.
would do it without pay. I would say you embarrass the company, and even though we're gonna extend your contract, those 8 weeks you're suspended, so not only will you continue to work for us, but we're gonna go ahead and not pay you during these 8 weeks. You'll make it
Mhm.
up at the end of your
And you know
contract,
what? Here's
and
the
you're
thing as
not
well.
allowed on
We've
Dynamite or Collision
we've
or
seen
any
we've
pay-per-view
seen
for
what
8
a
weeks.
bitter asshole Tony Khan can be to people that want to leave his company. I want to see him point that exact same bitterness at the people that enjoy being there. If you're going to suspend him for 8 weeks, make it count. Block him from doing anything else in that time.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that would happen is, oh, I've got this 8-week block free. Who wants to book me? Who wants to book me? I'll go make my name elsewhere. I'll go make this work in
Oh,
my
you know
favor.
what? Last bit here, and we'll move on. What do you think of this? I think this is even better. While you're with this company, we're not going to suspend you. We wanted to fire you, but instead, we think this is more appropriate. You are hereby banned from using social media while employed with AEW, even on your own personal time. Like, there is
See,
no
I would
ricochet.
say that. I would say that, but I genuinely believe that he is the weapon in Tony Khan's social media arsenal. So
Yes, I know they won't do it,
Tony
but I
Khan
think
won't
that
do
would be
that
the
because
most appropriate.
that's more than half of his value in that company right now, despite his
Exactly. So
really wanting
Tony
bitching.
doesn't wanna do that, but that's what I would do to punish him because that would kill his character. That would ruin his
Because
character
guaranteed, like,
entirely.
here's the thing as well, like, because anybody can hop on social media. Hell, we're doing it right now, right?
Yes.
He'll if he got suspended or like quote unquote suspended, sent home doing whatever, he'd probably start a YouTube channel and be like, "This is day 5 of my horrible persecution. It's not fantastic." And like he'd get himself monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like
He would
there's
find another
like
way, I
because
know
he's such a
that.
dickhead and because him and his wife are playing such victim right now, anything that happens to him, he'll be able to monetize,
Yeah,
which is
because she did
fucking
delete
stupid.
her Twitter account, and
That's fucking I don't care. And
she
I'm sorry,
showed
I've said
proof. "Oh, understand something, after what your man did, blood is expected," and people are like, they're talking about,
that's
like, blood in the
fake as
water on
shit.
Twitter, but it was
That's
fake,
fake as
and
shit.
yeah.
It's because here's the thing, right? I don't think Samantha Irving is a genuinely bad person. I've seen her have a
No.
couple of really bad takes,
But they said the
but I mean,
outrage was performative. No, sweetheart, the outrage wasn't,
but
the
here's the thing.
maybe not the initial
But
anyways.
here's the thing though, right? I will be the first one to say Samantha Irving leaving WWE is probably the most impactful non-wrestler to leave WWE in recent memory.
Oh, yeah,
She's
especially
that
at that time.
she's that good. I mean, we have Alicia, what's her face now? Alicia Taylor,
Yes.
who's fantastic as well. But no, genuine loss to she's a bigger loss to WWE than Ricochet. Let's be perfectly flagrantly clear about that.
Yeah.
And she went off and she went and did some, not suitable for work stuff. You know my opinion on that. I don't really care if people want to go, do something. I'll steal a line from our good buddy Nick over at the Wrestling for Life Network. If you want to go do something strange for a little piece of change, I'm not going to hold it against you. I didn't hold it against Cora Jade. I don't hold it against Mandy Rose. I don't hold it against anybody. Ladies, if you're out there and you want to do it and you got the balls, pun
We
intended,
won't
to
hold it
do it,
against you. We'll just hold it against ourselves. Giggity.
giggity, splooge. But
Oh,
that's fine. And then she wants
harassment.
her musical career off the ground and this and that. And she wants to be a manager and she wants to do all this and all that. But
Wonderful.
every time people call Ricochet out on his shit, she goes into defense mode, which you
Yes.
should. That's your partner, etc. I
Not if
get
he's
that.
playing a character and saying heinous,
I
terrible,
get that.
horrible things.
No,
Like,
but okay,
why defend him
here's
then?
what I'm saying though. Here's what I'm saying though, right? You don't want to see somebody defending bad actions, but parent and child is a little bit different. But like, if your kid went and robbed a liquor store, you'd be pissed at them, but you'd still love them and you'd still be supportive of them. I'm using a really horrible example here because I can't come up with a better one.
Yeah.
I could see her having that couple's mentality of like, if I don't agree with what you're
Ride or
doing,
die, yeah.
I'm going to tell you in private that I don't believe what you're doing in public. I'm going to support you because you're my partner. I get that. And you know what? To a certain degree, I can respect it, right? Because that's, you want to say in theory, oh, well, that's what family does for each other. That's why family and wrestling necessarily doesn't mix. You just ask the birthright. But there's a point where you're cutting and pasting and very clearly photoshopping and AIing propaganda to aid in the supposed victim status of you and your husband, because you want to jingle the keys so far away from this one time that he crossed the line to the point where people actually called him on his nonsense. That's a little bit vile.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, and I've said this before and I will say it again, oh, we shouldn't be so tribal. We should just love all wrestling. No, a little bit of tribalism is good. If you say you love everything equally and everything's fine and blah, 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 you're lying.
A little bit of excited fandom, a little bit of tribalism, a little bit. It all reigns great for the product, but the psychoticness that comes with it, unfortunately, is a downfall and a detriment.
But where I was going to steer with that was, it was a positive. Like, one of the things, like, even What Culture did terrible coverage of this. We're not going to cover the incident, but we're going to cover, oh, there was a mild skirmish online and Ricochet's come out to give this wonderful... Fuck off, Andy Murray.
Yes.
First of all.
Amazing apology that he didn't go ahead and give for well over a day, one. And then two, on top of it,
somebody above Tony Khan spanked Tony Khan, and Tony Khan passed it on to Ricochet.
Because the entire time he was more than doubling and tripling down. He was quadrupling down, defending himself and retweeting people that were both attacking the woman and continuing to support him. The entire time he did it while laughing. So I don't want to hear
the thing is, though,
that apology was legitimate. Fuck you.
The funniest thing in the world is, I'm okay with tribalism. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. You're going to call me out on my bullshit. Anybody can say what they want to say within a certain degree. For the most part, you know me in censorship. I'm not down with censorship for the most part, but censorship does not come without, or lack of censorship does not come without judgment. I'm not going to say you can't say the fucked up thing. I am going to say that if you say the fucked up thing, people are going to call you on it. And I think that's the most fair way to come at it, right? A little bit of tribalism.
Freedom of speech, not freedom from repercussions. That's
a lot of tribalism is where you have people showing up at Daria Baronato's house and it's bad.
Yes,
but
exactly my psychotic point. Yeah,
a little bit of tribalism is remember that week where it was like there was an NXT show in the afternoon and then there was an AEW show at night and then Evolution was the next day and everybody got their backup. Everybody grabbed their team jersey. And you know what? Some of that can be good.
Yeah.
Some of that is fun. You know what the best part of drinking a Coke is? Looking across the lunchroom at the guy that's drinking a Pepsi and like pretending to give him a dirty look.
Yeah, I mean, people, but the people that actually do care to that extent is the problem, because having loyalty and brand loyalty and
the answer is not pretending that everything's milk toast, everything's a shade.
No, like it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Like every opinion is gray paste. Everything is just as equal as everything else, you know. Of course, Daniel Garcia is as good a wrestler as CM Punk. Sure, why not? I'm sure that was really unfair. I actually think Daniel Garcia is an underrated wrestler. But my point of all of this being, I'm the guy that usually says it's okay to have a bit of tribalism out there. It's good, it's healthy, it gets everybody's back up a little bit and gets the old juices flowing, right? The one thing in the past 48 hours or so that a good portion of WWE fans, and to be fair, a good portion of AEW fans have come together on is Ricochet is a dickhead. And the AEW fans are usually a cult. So if you can get them to say that somebody with an AEW paycheck did something bad, you done something.
Yes, you've managed to get some good done there. I concur. But it shouldn't have to always come to the extreme. Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened, but don't go after the people that are going after him. Like, you can't.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying hate shouldn't beget hate because it doesn't always solve everything. And
it doesn't. But
because then he gets to become a victim in other people's eyes, and that almost in a way invalidates what he did initially. Not entirely, but it somehow shields him from some responsibility and criticism.
I'm not going to live in a world where the people calling him out on his bullshit get labeled as the bad guys.
No, but I don't care about the people calling him out. The people sending death threats, it's unnecessary. Yeah. That's what I'm speaking on, strictly.
A lot of it is fake.
A lot of it is fake.
I'm sure there's dickheads out there, but a lot of it is fake copy paste Photoshop bullshit that they are now putting up as a fictional shield around themselves, and it's crap.
That's exactly my
It
point,
really
though.
is.
You know,
It
this is
really is
just a
crap.
way to hide behind the
But no,
shield
but
of we're being attacked.
don't let that over exaggeration that's not real keep people from calling out actual bullshit
I totally
behavior.
agree. I don't want our messages to
Because
get mixed up there.
no, of course not. Because I'll always come down to, like, you know, when you're a kid and you're, oh, be the bigger person. You got to be the bigger person. Be the bigger person just means let your face get stepped on.
Yeah, at this point.
It really does. It's the whole, like, how dare you punch me in the arm and then yell at me for having a bruise. Like, that's basically it. Ricochet can fuck off, and I don't care. Anybody take this, clip it, put it wherever you want. I could use the views. I don't care. See
I'm
some of the
right
fucked
there
up shit
with
that
you.
I've said. See some of the fucked up shit that I've said to and about Ricochet on X. Let him come after me.
You could
Don't
say fucked up shit. The death threats don't help, but it doesn't keep you from holding him accountable either. He deserves to be held accountable.
Don't go after the old
110-fold.
lady that says I don't care for his acting, and basically let's read
She
between the
didn't
lines.
hunt him down. She said this to an AEW official account on Twitter. Like, she wasn't harassing Ricochet like people are labeling it either. Like, oh, she always, you know, did this. And no, you can't phrase it like that either. She's not some crazed fan.
And
She
you
wants.
can't protect what he's saying. I know the specific thing of it was like he talked about her having MS, but realistically, what he's done is he's found an old lady that dared to say something negative about him, and he said, "I'm glad you're gonna die." Ricochet can fuck off. I'm done. Sorry, I'm sort of putting the brakes on this, but I'm done. I'm done talking about Ricochet.